Welcome to the History of Astrology by Queerstrology. In this series, we're going to be covering various folks, events, artifacts, and locations that have played a role in the molding of astrology. Today, we're going to discuss the astrologer Evangeline Adams. She was born in Jersey City, New Jersey on February 8th of 1868 at 8:30 a.m. She's an Aquarius sun, a Pisces rising, and a Leo moon. Now, what's interesting about her in her background, Adams studied astrology for about 8 years before practicing it full time, and she studied under a couple of different physicians. These physicians were homeopathic, and they used astrology in their medical diagnoses. She used this experience and study to push forward on her own, establishing her own career. And throughout her life, Adams wrote several books, and she even had a radio show that was very successful. It's estimated that she gave more than 100,000 readings during her career. Not to mention she's attributed with major event predictions and even the predictions of celebrity deaths. Her fame rose significantly after she moved to New York to the WINDSOR Hotel. She predicted that the hotel was in imminent danger, and the next day, March 17th, 1899, it burnt to the ground. Now, the reason why Evangeline Adams is important: while astrology had been an ancient practice of royalty, during this time, the late 1800s and early 1900s, a lot of folks were afraid of astrology and its practices. While we know astrology is based in science, and Evangeline was a big advocate for proving this to be the case, considered to be fortune-telling, it was banned by law in New York, where Evangeline had her practice. Well, she got her chance because she was arrested several times, but a particular case in 1914, instead of just paying the fine, she decided to fight it. Now, the judge ended up ruling that Miss Adams had, and I quote, raised astrology to the dignity of an exact science. But how the heck did she do that? Well, the prosecutors asked her to interpret a stranger's natal chart. She ends up doing a very detailed account of what the stars have to say about this individual, including an untimely death by water. It turns out the chart was that of the sun to the presiding judge over her case. Unfortunately, her prediction was all too correct, as the judge's son had passed away from a swimming accident just before the trial. After the acquittal, Evangeline worked to give more value and credit to astrology, and it helped open the door for astrologers in general. There's a lot more information that you can find on Evangeline Adams and how she helped mold astrology into the force it is today. Stay tuned for more interesting historical astrology folks, artifacts, locations, and events. And until next time, cheers.